Hi, my name is Joanne Kennedy and I'm a naturopath in Sydney, Australia, and I specialise in methylation and histamine intolerance. In this video, I'm going to discuss how SIBO is a major driver of histamine intolerance. So SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, is an overgrowth of bacteria in the small intestine, and that can be due to the bacteria that is normal in the small intestine to be at amounts that are too high, or it can be due to an increase of bacteria that should not exist at all in the small bowel. Okay? Now, when this happens, when you consume really healthy foods, which are actually called FODMAP foods, as well as resistant starch, these bad bacteria, this overgrowth of bacteria in the small bowel, take these foods and convert them into gas. And the gases cause a lot of the symptoms of SIBO, particularly the bloating, okay? And the gases cause inflammation. And the inflammation, so that will cause tissue damage and cell damage, okay? And the inflammation will release histamine. Okay, now at the same time, what's happening is that the cells of the small intestine, which make and secrete an enzyme called the DAO enzyme that breaks down histamine, they're actually compromised because the inflammation would reduce the health of the cells. So they're not making DAO enzyme as adequately as they should. And the tiny little hairs in the microvilli, and it's in the gut, they're called microvilli. They're tiny hairs. They store the DAO enzyme. Okay, and when there's inflammation, they can be damaged. Okay, so the net result from SIBO is that you're getting more histamine being released and less histamine or less DAO enzyme available to break histamine down. Okay, so most people with SIBO will present with histamine issues. They might not even know what they are, and it's often the headaches, the migraines, the insomnia, anxiety. They can't tolerate histamine foods. They can get issues with chronic reflux, which can be due to histamine. Okay, so there's a lot of symptoms of SIBO that are very much histamine related, and it makes sense because it's such an inflammatory condition causing so much histamine to be released, and that the DAO enzyme is all throughout the gut, but it's highly concentrated in the small bowel. So when there's issues with the small bowel, it will cause a reduction in DAO enzyme activity.